told you I'm terrible. Okay, it's recording. So here we go. Class 1, we're going to review what we did last week because class 1's the most important foundation of it all. Most people say it's phonological awareness. That's absolutely correct. But a lot of phonological awareness takes place in the language and the listening. So that's actually my extension class. If I were to say you're going to have 2 classes a week with me, a week for 30 minutes, I'm going to choose both being class 1 over phonological awareness. Now, if a parent wants to add in phonological awareness, woohoo, great. Yes, this is going to be so great. If they're under the age of 7, you're going to have phonological awareness and the phonics and the class 1. But remember, most of my kids are over the age of 7. I work with kids mostly over the age of 7, and we don't get into all the reasons why. And I even work to adults, Petunia up to age 81 I've worked with on this stuff. So anyway,
Trish, can I stop you a minute? Are you actually going to be teaching us this, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So the training for the tutors, yep. And you'll mostly be a coach consultant most likely, but you might change your mind. Who knows? And
I want to go all the way if I can.
What?
I want to go all the way if I can. I haven't worked the past 2 years for nothing.
Okay, and you'll find much benefit regardless, so I'm happy for you. So anyway, so there we go. You get the emphasis of how getting mastery at the class 1 and maintaining mastery at class 1. So let's go over class 1. Let's go review Fierce phonemes real quick. So that's the individual sounds. We're just a quick review. Okay, you're going to need to notice that I don't have anything overstimulating here. I don't want overstimulating. But if they have a visual processing disorder, look how you can go big with it, as big as you need. That's why I like. Not too fond of this font. Car's gonna be maybe working on it eventually. It depends on what Ann says for at least a few while, but it's not a biggie. I've tried to change the font. I can't change the font, but I can highlight it if I need. This is for visual processing. This is actually my favorite highlight of all. Blue and white works best for me. Red and yellow would be the other 2. And then the other ones, people that just have to work individually with color overlays over the computer or on their glasses with that. But so anyway, so we're gonna not just hear the sound, we're gonna process the sound. So I'm processing the sound, it's actually understanding it for the first time, not just hearing it. So if you go ah or ah or whatever, that's not processing the sound. Processing the sound is being able to understand it. So we hold the sounds that can be held, cut short, make harder, louder, faster those that can't. So let's do a ah. Yeah. Make sure it's which it was. Make sure it's a consistent sound. Petula, if you want to go along with me on this is fine.
Yeah, practice.
Good. It helps me. It helps me because I feel like I'm interacting with somebody. It makes me do better. Okay. So I noticed it was a consistent sound. That's what we need. We don't need to go ah because the brain won't recognize that. The brain does not distinguish that. The brain is actually really, really smart. It needs the sounds to be very distinct. So if you're reading fine, this would help spelling, because anytime you ask yourself spelling, what's that sound I hear? Most likely you've only been hearing it. You need to process. What's that sound? I've processed. We don't say that. But so now we got to hold it in the word. Say apple.
Apple.
Okay. Well, so what's happened is everybody always told you for word recall, they said, think of the first letter. Sure, you thought of the first letter, but you never held the first letter. So if you hold it, the word will come out. I promise you. I've tested it over and over and over. So think of the first sound and hold it is the key for better word recall and word processing in that case. So could do this card. Ask your students if they hear an astronaut. I've had kids go thumbs down on this. I notated that. Could be CAPD, it could be auditory processing disorder,
Yeah.
dyslexia,
Mm.
dysphonetic dyslexia. So anyway, so I've had kids not actually here, and I think I know they were serious because I've seen it and I tested it. Now they do it by themselves. Do it by yourself. Nice. Now you notice I just gave the visual clue. I didn't give the sound. Next, I'll get rid of the visual
Yeah.
clue. Third, I'll get rid of the visual clue. Okay. So this is just review. Well, Petunia wasn't here, not a lot of people here. I just make it the first class over again. So next time will be class 2. As long as Cara says she's okay. No, Cara, you decide.
I mean, I think it's good to go over this stuff multiple times. That's how we learn. That's how we remember things. So I don't mind doing it again.
Most important.
It reinstalls it for you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Repetition sticks. So
Yeah.
Yep. I tell my students, if you have to reread, re-listen, or rewrite, it's never going to hurt you, and it should. Them know, like, okay. And then if they complain and say it's part of our life, I promise you, it's just going to be a part of our life, and it's okay. Just get used to it. I have to reread, re-listen, rewrite all the time. So, here we go. Y'all did it perfectly. So let's hold it and say octopus.
Octopus.
Okay, they may have to where on the next card, not this one. Do you hear it? Yeah, your name.
opposite.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Keep practicing it like that every time. You're going to notice your reading and speaking getting better because you're practicing that. Now, what I want to say is here when you say what's say O says, and they might say octopus again. That means they still have the picture attached to the sound. Let them go with that. You want to wean them off the picture because then they have to get rid of the picture. And dyslexics, when we see letters, symbols, and hear words and see words, we go straight to the visual processing area. And we want them to starting to rely more on the auditory part. So we want to get the picture off, but it is there to help them initially. And it's a huge benefit. And there's a reason for every picture I picked. So let's practice umbrella.
Umbrella.
Yeah. This I like to say here, we're gonna have M and N, change up all our vowels a little bit. That's why I want us to practice now. The older kids get that because they're gonna see that. Now, do you hear it in uncle?
Uncle.
You hear the U? Yay. Okay. Now do it by yourself. Okay. So it's interesting to you've got strong evaluative skills. You notice I was putting my head to the side. I had forgotten to tell you why I do that. It's my visual clue for you because U is the misunderstood sound. So you're not sure of something, you go, and that's how I teach it. And I just totally didn't say that today, but you did it. You went, but that's the reason. We're not sure of something, we go, and that's you. Now, E and I get majorly confused. There's a big confusion here because they sound alike if you don't do it right, but there shouldn't be any confusion. E is an exciting letter. Let's use our imagination here. This E actually looks rather excited, didn't it? Okay. She did it. That's right. And I want you to bring your mouth back to make it more distinct in the way it looks. It's a visual clue to go, and look more excited. Good. Now, elephant.
Elephant.
Okay. Now, do you hear an excellent?
Excellent.
Okay. Now, do it by yourself. Yeah, taking away the visual clue, and I'm blank, and I'll probably stay blank the rest of the time. Okay, but it's a boring letter, isn't it? So we're gonna put our finger here. This is the visual cue, and look as bored as you can. Nice, y'all are really bored. It's perfect. Now we're gonna go. I do have the kids. We're gonna go. Did you notice it's a lower sound than E? Yeah, because E was exciting. Yeah, there should be no E and I confusions anymore. Now say it in igloo.
Igloo.
Okay, do it by yourself. It sounds good. So literally I close my eyes as a tutor. I don't know if y'all noticed that. And I concentrate only on the sound to see if it's most distinct. I don't want to look at your mouth. Sometimes I want to look at the mouth and make sure you're making it properly if I heard it wrong. But I do rely heavily on how it sounds. Very important. Certain sounds we're going to be looking for. Now, these are the smiling letters. So you should be smiling, not bored anymore. So smile for this one. I want your teeth together for all these sounds.
I'm going to make a
That's
problem
right.
at the moment because I haven't got any in.
So maybe you can put your tongue in that play. I don't know what you need to do yet, but don't put your tongue out. Okay. So the kids that have S, R, L, all these speech things, look, putting the teeth together will keep the tongue from coming out. And then if you need to tell them further, you're going to tell them to put the tongue at the roof of the mouth, to keep it at the back of the mouth. So, it fixes up speech also. So let's do S. So you can't have your tongue out. So it doesn't come out like an SHE type of sound anymore. So if you're making a SHE type of sound, of course your brain isn't going to recognize that for S. It's not going to be distinct, right? So let's do snake.
Snake.
Yep. And I chose this hard one because S changes with N a little bit. I do that every once in a while. Sensational. Y'all hear it? Yeah. I think you do because I heard you say it correctly. Okay, so do S by yourself. Yep. Okay. And the same thing for Z. Yeah, for S was like a snake. This is like a what? A B. Zzz. Okay. Say zebra.
Zebra.
Now, Petunia, you're sounding mighty well. You're sounding mighty well there. Do you hear it in zany? You really are.
Right done.
Exceptional. And I don't just say that, but I've noticed. Okay. Y'all hear it in zany?
Zany.
Okay.
Zany.
Yep, you made it correctly, so I know it's right. Okay, so let's practice by yourself, and I did not mean to give visual cues. Okay. Okay, and same way. This is very, yep. We're gonna hold it for better processing, but don't repeat, Petunia. Don't repeat. I just heard you do it back to back. Let's try to do it just one time.
Oh, okay.
I can repeat because I need to make sure y'all are hearing it. I'm telling you, as if I do the kids, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
let's not try not to repeat sounds. Okay, so nest. Y'all hear it? Can y'all make it?
Nest.
Nest.
Yeah. I was thinking of Petunia's feelings just then, so that got me all messed up when I said that. I didn't hurt your feelings, Petunia, did I?
No.
Okay, so I'm showing the empathy that I do with the kids, not that I don't mean it, but I'm very, very, very conscious of their self-esteem, so stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so particular. I'm just trying to help. I know. And if it's the
Yeah.
older kids and it's not their reading and they're having to do this, which we know it's their spelling, I explain to them, this is the foundation. This is important. I'm sorry. I have to be so just particular about these sounds, you know? So anyway, did y'all hear it? Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to make it for me? Okay. Now M is a straight across smile. Bring your lips in for me because that's going to help with B that's coming up. Okay. Hold it and say monkey.
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 Actually, when I'm there at this, actually I don't show them the picture right away. I say to them, what do you think is behind there? And they'll say, I don't know. I say, hold the first sound and think about what's behind there. And they were able to word recall what it's been. The categories have been mostly animals.
Mm.
Monkey. And then they're like, I got it. I know. So it's really exciting. So that's success. Do you hear it? Marvelous. Okay.
No.
And practice M. Let's go a little faster. Okay. So Petunia, I don't know if you've ever come across nonsense words at this stage. Not having to think about what the word means is very important. With nonsense words, there's no meaning. And it makes them have to trust the sounds they hear and not try to make sense of it. So it cuts down on guessing a whole bunch. Okay, so I've added some real words in here just because I did, but anyway, it's mostly nonsense words. Okay, this is these nonsense words set up for something that's very important that's coming up in class 2. So even though they maybe automatically can recall Sam, that's fine. But we're gonna have to stop and we're gonna have to bunny hop. They're still gonna have to learn this skill of 1, 2, 3, say what we hear. Now, Petunia, the reason why bunny hop is so important because we want to avoid sounding out. Sounding out, that's what they've been taught, looks like this. Sound. Horrible. They never processed each sound before they said what they heard. They were blending before they even had a chance to process each sound. And that includes word families like and. That's the problem. We don't have a natural blend and. We know what our natural blends are. So they have to process each sound and say what they hear. So I'm going to show them how to bunny hop. San. I meant to highlight it, show y'all. I could still highlight for visual processing disorders. Okay, let me do the next one. Saz. Okay.
So, Trisha, I have a quick question. So like I said, in the phonics program that I teach, we have them like when we are teaching blending, we do like saw, and we like continually add on.
Okay, so our brains are very, very smart. It needs to see the whole. It needs to see beginning, middle, and end. That's why we do, when we're teaching sight words, we do it sequentially. Start with 3 letters, 4 letters if you can't go to 2 and 1, because 2 and 1 are going to be horrendous too. So just, it's got to be 3. That's why this is all 3. I don't go into blending to some 2 sounds until a lot later. It's 3 sounds. It's 3 letters, 3 sounds. Then it'll be 4 letters, 3 sounds. Stuff like that. But it's got to be, our brain will go into disequilibrium if we don't get to see the whole, the beginning, middle, and end. It's not going to make sense to us.
Yeah.
So, Sam. Okay. So then who wants to try? And I bunny hop for them by doing that. And then I just don't. It's the same scaffolding. And then I just leave the A there. And then I take that visual off. Okay. But they like that there because they remember to hold the vowel. We're gonna hold all of these letters at this point. Who wants to try?
Go on, I'll have a go.
And you can do it. Okay, good. I like that you did it automatically, but we're building a skill here called bunny hopping that's going to help you for later on for when we get some much harder words. So will you do me a favor and bunny hop? I can show you again how. Watch. Zan. Okay, can you try that with this one? The bunny hopping? We'll say what you hear.
So, hang on.
That's okay. That's okay. When that happens, do it again. Just try it again. Doesn't look right, sound right, go again. Zaz. Right?
Oh.
So Petulia, You know what that tells me? You're going to have to learn to trust what you hear. You've been so reliant on making words to make sense. When the problem is there's 250,000 words in the English dictionary with several meanings. We're not going to always be able to make sense of every word we read. So let's get you to trust your brain in what you hear. So you want to practice with me on the next one? Okay. Ready? Zam. So you might be a little anxious, Petunias, between you and I, because you're rushing through. You're like, I got to get through this, or you've been taught to rush through. Okay, it's either one or the other. So let's breathe for a minute, because I'm kind of determined at this point. We're going to slow it down a bit. You'll get this. Okay, so let's breathe.
Zam.
Good, good. Okay. Did you feel relaxed before you started?
Yeah.
Did it slow you
It's a
down a
lot better,
bit?
doesn't it, when you slow it, take your time. When
That's
you're more
right.
calmer.
That's right. Calm is key. Absolutely key. Our minds can get hyperactive because they're so smart. They're thinking ahead. They want to perform well. So when we're calm, we can slow it down and trust what we hear. And you did. You said zam. I think there's a dialectal difference between RA and the UKA, the British A. So that's okay. Yours is going to be more like our AWAU sound. And so just keep on doing it the way you do it. I'll adapt, okay? But if I do correct you sometimes, it's because I'm majority American English.
American, yeah.
American English. So here we go. Okay. Nan. Okay, so I think y'all get me on that.
Yeah.
This I've told them last night, this may be seem overwhelming with the amount of letters. My kids are 7 and above. The younger they are, they get more overwhelmed by the amount of things, symbols, stuff like that. You can copy and paste, and Cara could work on later just getting cards for 5 to 7 that would have less words, but you can if you need to. But most of my kids are 7 and below. I mean, 7 and above, not below. And that's actually could be made larger, but it didn't work. But that can be made larger. Okay, so let's it's the same thing throughout for the rest of them. So I'm just going to quickly go through the sounds. Hard, okay, these can't be held. So we got to go harder, louder, faster for better processing. A kid that goes is not going to process that sound. Or if
do you know, while you're saying that, I got my friend's son, he's testing him for autism. I does exactly like that.
Yeah, and or they're not confident. So we have to make it sound confident. Okay, so here we go. Is that harder? Yes. Now your brain it's more distinct for your brain, your very smart brain. Okay, but we're going to do the same thing with the word cat.
Cat.
Yeah, your brain is very happy right now, by the way. Caring. Okay, so y'all would have practiced that by yourself, but I'm going quickly. The same thing for K. I have to mention the same as C, because we use all primary sounds. Why would I be teaching any secondary sounds at this point? Primary are the most used sounds. Okay. Okay, G, they want to say the secondary. Do not do that. G is the primary. Okay. And they would have practiced on their own. T, this one's very important to me because it's the beginning of my name, I guess, but bottom teeth hit the top at a fast rate. Okay. Now, Tunya, I got to mention, Cara knows what I'm going to mention. You got a little bit of on there. Now, we're going to cut that off because we don't want to send your brain into any confusion when you go to spell. If you're writing the word tan and you're asking yourself, what do you hear? And you're going, your brain then has to go drop that every time. So let's just get it distinct. Bottom, there she goes. Don't repeat, Petunia. If you repeat, it's going to be process repeated. And in regular language, we don't go. Petunia. Okay, so go. Nice. You're so good. Now say it, toy.
Toy.
Yep. So if I'm just reviewing and I notice they get one wrong, just like, yeah, Petunia, I had to be working on this one. Then I go through all cards again. So Petunia, can you do this one by yourself? Yes. Awesome. Now look, listen, did you notice you did it in 3? Key is 3 to all learning, right? You practice with me, you said it in the word, and then you're here on your own. Key is 3 to all learning. So everything is done in this program in 3. D, bottom teeth hit the top at a fast rate. D.
D.
Woo, that sounded good. That sounded great. Now, we don't need to go through this because everybody got it right now. Go J.
J.
Now, did you notice my visual for the holding is that? Okay, that's very important, adding the extra sense of movement. And then you're going to take that away. So don't depend on that. J. I just messed up. You hear me repeat, and that's okay. Now Y is the hardest letter there is. When I was young, y'all know I have dyslexia. This is where I go into all that and get personal and make connection. Y gave me the hardest time. So I want you to grab your throat actually for this one. And I want you to do your fingers up and go, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, that sounded good. Okay, grab your throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I was listening for that. That is the schwa that comes naturally on Y and B and some other letters. I'm just not wanting to think about them right now. But we need that. You did it perfect. Now, word is yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah, and that's what got me to finally get it when I was young, because I remember I could think of the color yellow. I couldn't think of an object for this one, just the color yellow. So I don't know why. Okay, so let me show you how bunny hopping is a little different for when where only the middle sound can be held here. Okay, so let me go. Ag, cag, cat, cot. Okay, so see, it's a little different. They got to adjust to that. Okay, now these are what I call the other letters. Isn't that great? The emphasis is on yes. Can they be held, or do you need to make them cut short if they can't, or louder, faster? This one is are they voiced or unvoiced? So let's put our hands on our throat, and for F, go. Did your vocal cord shake? No, that's an unvoiced sound. So we don't make a voice for F. Okay. Fish, it's all the same stuff. Okay. But then here, I've scaffolded them. They're ready to do more words related to that. And there's some more real words here on these, because guess what? I'm assessing to see what's coming next. Okay, so V. Voice? Somewhat. If you do it again? Yeah, somewhat, huh? So F did not, V does. Okay, so same thing, Valentine. And I might use these cards to connect with them and talk about it and to use language, okay, and listening. We talk about stories of Valentine. I just forgot to say that earlier on. All these cards can be talked about and brought back their focus back, but y'all know that. Okay, L. Oh, yep. You'll make sure your your tongue's behind your top teeth, okay? And make sure it does not sound like EL, which is L, okay? It needs to be this. Oh, lion.
Lion.
Okay, there's your R. Okay, very particular about this one. Y'all know I am. Now, ERIRUR are going to be It's okay, keep pushing it from the mouth. Yes. OR and AR will much later in Conquering Big Words, Advanced Phonics. So make sure this one is, let's do like we did with I. I'm going to see your boring face. Now, I just don't want you to do kissy first. Don't push it out of your mouth. Just be relaxed and go. Nice. Nice. And we're going to say it in rabbit.
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 Okay. Now, B, remember our M, we did it. Now I want you to explode out. Go, buh.
Buh.
And I'm supposed to be talking if these are all voiced or unvoiced, the whole throughout. Baby.
Baby.
Okay. H, I want you to just blow out air. Thank you. That's H. Yep. No O on there, right? Okay. Horse.
Horse.
Oh,
Okay. P, blow out air only, like H. Mm-hmm. And then it was pig, and I'm rushing because I really want. Okay, W, I'm going to be particular about W. Like I'm not particular about all these. Remember how we put our finger here for when we made, have we done that yet? What?
E.
A.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to bring your mouth back for W. Go, W.
Wah.
wah.
Yes. Over exaggerated. Do you notice all of these are pretty much over exaggerated? We've got dyslexia, we have strong evaluative skills. We're going to notice exaggeration. We're going to appreciate exaggeration because we're practically really dramatic anyway. So here we go. That was really dramatic. Maybe that's why it is my favorite letter. But anyway, what? Okay. Wagon.
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 You got some kind of accent on that W, Cara. It's a California accent. That's what they were.
I don't know.
Hear it.
You're
Well, it
not
could
the
be
only
my
person that
accent.
said
Here I
this
am,
to
the
me,
one thing.
though.
So Cara is supposed to have the supreme accent, and there I am from the South telling her, Petunia, what is that accent? Okay. Okay, so Q is interesting because it's a K and a W. So this is the first time we're blending two sounds into one letter. That's why it's the last two left. Q does that and the X does that. So it's a K and a W. They've already mastered K and W by the time you finally get to these cards anyway. You're just telling them that it's two letters making one sound. Qua.
Wah.
Wah.
That sounded very good, guys. Queen.
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 Okay. I wonder who that was. Okay, X, a K, and an S. And we cannot practice with the card on this because you notice all these were initial phonemes. That's when you first introduce sounds. It's always going to be the initial phoneme that you introduce. So there's no X word, that be X sounding word, only other sound. Okay, so no way to practice that. I'm not going to go to the end and throw some kids off with dyslexia. Notice every pattern of everything there is. So I'm not. So, okay. So good news. We have 12 minutes. Cara's gonna have to leave. We are recording, but I am gonna finish class 1. We are recording. And let's just hope it doesn't mess up. Okay, so now the thing is they're at 90% mastery and you've marked it on here that they're 90% mastery on it. So now you go to the blends and you can attain right away that it's at a 2. Maybe they didn't master 1. I mean, the phonemes. That's pretty low. I mean, I'm expecting a 3 if they've mastered the phonemes of these blends. No, but what did I do? Yeah. So, because all it is those ones they've already mastered together. It's 2 letters making 1 sound. This is a real fast class if you've done 1 well. Phonemes, individual. So it's bull. You notice we're still holding it. Okay, now here I put some sight words in here and I'll let them do them automatic. The main thing here is one of the most important things. Well, actually 2 most important things. That they hold it and they say black. Because if they knew it automatically and they went black, Okay, I know they're gone back to their old ways. They have to hold it black. So I remind them to hold the first sound when they're for better word recall. Second, they thought they knew it automatically, but they've always learned it wrong because they've always just memorized words. So I can remind them. I say it's okay for you to just try if you want, but try to do it if you know it 110% confident. Don't go at it if you're not 110% confident. So if they think they're confident and they say the wrong thing, that they mind in the bunny hop. This is very important that they realize now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters, but it's only 1, 2, 3 sounds. Now they've done 3 sounds all along, so there's no reason why they shouldn't. They've mastered these sounds. They mastered B and L. Now it's just one sound, bull. So that's called sound word knowledge. So sound word knowledge is how many letters, how many sounds, because that's important for when it doesn't look right, sound right, you fix it. They're going to have to know what they're looking for to fix it. How many letters, how many sounds. Okay. So bull, and they say black or blatch, it's fine because that has 2 sounds. But if they say k, say, oh, don't worry about this part. I shouldn't have done it with you because they're not ready for it's me putting this ahead to see if I need this assessing where we are going ahead and so on and so forth. So cool. It's the same all throughout. It's all scaffolded. Go. My sounds a little different from yours, Petunia. Maybe it's the computer. I don't know. In the distance, being across the pond. Let's try again. Put your hand on your throat. Go.
Oh.
Go.
Good.
Okay. I heard more emphasis on that G that time, so I know it didn't get dropped. I heard it a little bit more distinct. Go.
Good.
Good. I was making sure too you were confident in it. Okay. Full. He's mimicking the sound, not producing the sound. I'm going to figure it out. There's a mimic sound, but they're not producing it the same. So it's something with speech. Okay. So pull. Okay. Now these are the S blends. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, there's 3 kinds of beginning blends, L, R, and S. So now you'll be able to recognize them in words. 3 kinds, L, R, and S. Is this an L, R, or S blend?
S.
Blend. Yeah. Now, these are a little bit harder, and it's okay, because I'm here to help you. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, I don't need to help you. Snap.
Snap.
Yep, you held it for better processing of the word. Good job. This one's the hardest, so put your hand on your throat. Sk.
Sk.
Good. That was very distinct for your brain. Petunia, you want to try? Yeah, we got something with your sister being across the pond or something. I couldn't hear that. Okay, let's do it. Hold it. Now I can hear you, Petunia. Slow.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
That's my second favorite there. So I want to make sure you get it. Maybe it helps you to do the hand. Did it help you?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
ready?
a hard one.
It is. So these visuals are still important if they need them. Because that was the same visual for P, right? Okay, these movements are still important. But maybe you have to they did so well in the first class, they really did master it 90% or more that you don't have to do the visuals anymore. But okay, we're doing with the S blends. That wasn't too bad, was it? Now let's do the R blends. Remember there's 3 kinds, L, R, and S. Is this an L, R, or S blend?
R.
R.
R. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Brr.
Brr.
Good. I didn't see any kissy face. Brr. Okay. That would be B-E-R-I-R-U-R. Okay. Here we go. Cur.
Cur.
Okay. And DR, let me do it first, please. This one's a little bit different. Okay. I want you to put most of your emphasis on the R. So get your boring face. I want most emphasis on the R. Now I want you to bring your mouth back a little bit. Your mouth. Man, that sounded fantastic. That sounded good. Now let's say drop.
Drop.
Yes, I want to know if they can repeat that D as it needed to be. For certain. FR for this one, you can do this one, it doesn't matter. Now TR, don't do it because it's a little bit different like DR, and it's the first letter of my name, and I don't want you to get this wrong. Okay, first letters of my name. So here we go. Yep, it's just like DR. We're gonna make sure we put most of the emphasis on the R. And we're gonna say it in trip.
Trip.
Good. Good. That's all sounded great. Now GR, grr,
Grr.
PR, per.
Purr.
Okay. So it's the same bunny hopping, 4 letters, 3 sounds. You should be good to go. Good to go. It's more, oh, this is extra practice if you needed it. If not, don't go to it. Okay. So 9 minutes, maybe I could do it. Okay, baby sounds. So yeah. If there's a way to press something automatic, takes you back automatic, let me know. But baby sounds, not that you're a baby. It's just these sounds sound like babies, like sounds babies will make. So let me go first. We got AWAU, hold the baby. Aw.
Aw.
Yep. OWOU, the baby pulls your hair. Ow.
Ow.
Good. I like your mouth open because remember O and A were open mouth sounds. So that was good. EWEU, ew.
Ew.
Okay. 2 O's, 2 sounds. Ew and
Ooh and
very exaggerated, but they got a story in their head. So that any adjustments that need to be made, tweaking it will be made naturally, trust me. So then you got all the cards that we're not going to go through, but it's got pictures of babies. The blends didn't have the pictures because I'm not too worried about blends because you just mastered the first class. Now, pirate sounds, here we go. You notice their vowels controlled by R. Just call them pirate sounds. Some people do. Okay, so I mentioned that. Y'all notice the vowels? Oh yeah, and the phoneme class, the first class, we got A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y and W. They're gonna always need to know that letter name, A, E, I, O, U, automatic, and sometimes Y and W. I'm gonna teach you where it's sometimes W because they gotta be able to find it when they go look for these pirate sounds. So I realize OY and OI are control balanced. It doesn't matter. This is pirate sounds. Okay. So this is R.
R.
Yeah. This is or. This is, here we go. We can finally do our kissy face. Er. And this is oi.
Oi.
Okay. So I do want to go over these. So the pirate has his look and says R. We don't need to go over the word, but as the pirate, I mean, that's not a pirate, that's a man. Okay, anyway, he leaves his ship with his treasure. He's gonna have an or, okay. And then wait, did I skip some things? Oh yeah, of course I did. Okay, here we go. ER. This is my third favorite sound. They like it when I say first, and then they're starting to think, what are my favorite sounds? Okay, so the pirate, he doesn't speak, right? He just looks at you when you ask him something and goes, Then if it's really smart dyslexic child, I'll say, but actually I wouldn't even speak to a pirate that looked like this, right? And they do all of it. But you know, the centricities that we have, it's awesome. So IR is the same pirate guy that doesn't speak. This is the same pirate guy who doesn't speak. Now this one is different pirate because this is supposed to be oi, and I tell him how I wish I could find a picture with a pirate going like that, oi, but I literally, just like the father one, I can't find a picture that I want. Okay, so now let's do hysterical H. Now, hysterical H thinks he's so funny, but he actually isn't. He's just not funny. So if you see this, you'd think it'd be, right? No. Hysterical H changes the sound up completely. Listen. Shh. That's right. You hold it for better processing. Shh. CH, we can't. Shh. Okay. Here, you'll like this because it's hysterical H. You're going to get to stick your tongue out at me. Okay. And I'm not going to do the one. Okay. A, it doesn't need to be applied. And then it's back to where I told you to take the off. Just do, it'll work out. Trust me. Now, GH is, what did I say? He changes it up completely. It's like in the word laugh, cough, tough, by the way, because I'm not going through these cards. WH is like a HW. Isn't that funny? Whoa. So it's like it's turned around. Now, people in the South, we're lazy about some things that we're kind of slow on because it's so hot here. So if you do, well, that's okay. Just trying to prepare you in case you move to California to become an actress, okay? So they'll never hear it properly down here. Not against that. So it makes them feel bad because they never heard it properly. And that's the same way with the E. They never heard it properly, but I am particular about the E. You can't not get in that space. But PH is also. So did you notice we have two that are, remember, they're dyslexic. They got that. They picked that up. They're thinking that's odd, you know, because it's hysterical H anyway. So we're not going through those cards. I do want to get to sneaky E. Yeah, I got to get to sneaky E because I want to show you a big trick that's going to be great. Okay, so but these end blends are very, very important. People don't teach them, so they're never distinct. You're going to have one lost or the other lost, omitted. You know, that's the proper term. Okay, because they're not distinct when they don't teach it isolated by itself. They put it with the vowel, whatever. That's horrible, and that's a tri-blend that they're not even ready for until a lot later anyway. So it's and
Send.
Yeah, I heard your That was good. Now, it goes the same way. It's all the end blends, guys. One important thing is they've probably never been exposed to these, so they're paying attention for the first time, especially sneaky Y, which I'm gonna go over next. But these are very important cards. Very important. Get those distinct. And they didn't have a particular pattern, not like the beginning blends, L, R, and F. So let's go to sneaky. Okay, this is gonna change Car's life right here. I think. I mean, because yeah, I just think it will.
Sneaky E, or as we call it in the classes that I teach, Magic E, is one of the, because it's not sounds that they have in a tonal language first off, and because I'm teaching mostly Chinese students.
Yeah.
And it really just, I mean, the whole concept is so hard for them.
So that's why we start with a nonsense word that they've been, all the cards previously been very, very confident in.
Yeah.
Okay, but watch what happens. Sneaky E's gonna come. There he is. Now it says, let me show you. Sneaky E back here. He jumps over the consonant, makes the vowel say its name. A. And then he jumps back and doesn't say anything. Isn't that sneaky? So it's like a story too. And so now let me show him how to bunny hop. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 letters, 3 sounds. You can do that too. You've had that. B, A, K, bake. Okay, let me show you one thing. It's going to be the same thing over and over. And if they say it brack here or anything else, how can you let Sneaky E get you? Look, he's right there. Okay, so he adds them in. I heard you say cake. Why are you letting Sneaky E get you still? Don't, he's so sneaky. Do not let him get you like that. So it's just fun. And it's back and forth with something they're confident in and what they have to notice in words. But I tell them you have to notice it when you're reading. Actually have a student now, but we literally have one more card. So he could just wait 1 second. Because this one, we're not going to go through all the cards. Our ghost letters now, they have to be memorized by letter name because they're silent. We don't want you sounding them out in words now. Now, these are the most common. These are the primary. G-H, G, H, P, K, W, and don't forget sneaky. Okay. So anyway, I'm going, guys. I'll see ya. It was great.
Thank you, Trisha.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You all did great. I'm proud of you. I am. It's not easy. I'm different.